Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another 14 days of Christmas. Happy Christmas Eve or Merry Christmas Eve, whichever way you like to say that. And I am working on a layout from with photos from the same set that I have been using here. I think these are 2010. Oh my goodness, I have been using them for so long I can't even remember what year it is. Actually, what happened is I've been working on filing layouts from a huge stack, and so all of my years are muddled together in my brain at this point. But anyway, I am using my same kit I have been working with from 49 and Market, their Holiday Wishes collection, and I really like it. And I really loved this paper. I thought it was a really standout paper and wanted to just use it for this photo of my mom on the phone. And one reason I chose this paper for this particular layout is it's a paper that I know my mom would really love. This is right up her alley. So it also works well with the pictures or the colors in the photo. There is a little bit of green and some teal in there, so I thought that worked well also. And I brought in the candy cane stripe to the right hand side using a piece of branding strip. And so I know I want to bring it to the left of the photograph, and then I'm also going to bring it over to the left hand side in the upper left hand corner, just to bring in more of that stripe and bring in some of the whimsy of it, because the paper on its own is very I don't know if the sophisticated is the right word, but it's really beautiful. It's not playful. It's like very adult looking paper. That sounds weird. But it's not whimsical and it's not childish. It's very I don't know, it's just beautiful. It's like a work of art. And in order to kind of play off that candy cane stripe, which I feel is a little bit more playful, I need to bring it in a few areas. So I also have some darker colors on the left-hand side because those flowers have some of that dark blue, kind of that teal color and the darker green. And so I am bringing those colors in to the right-hand side of my photo by layering some of it under my photo and bringing in that additional strip that has the really small print poinsettia. So I'm liking the way that is looking. I'm also going to bring in some of that blue into these strips over here just to keep the colors present in all of my little not embellishment areas, but across the layout. So I'm liking how that's looking. I also want to have a place to add a little bit of journaling, because what I am actually documenting here is that every year on Christmas, my mom's brothers call her, and they used to come every once in a while throughout the years when my grandparents were alive and they lived with my parents, but they don't really come for Christmas anymore now that my grandparents are not around. But they always make it a point to call my mom, and I think that's really cool, that they don't let the day get away without calling her, and she doesn't really have to stop and take the time to think about calling them. We have like a larger Christmas celebration at my mom's house than either one of her brothers have at their house, and so I don't know, it's just a nice thing that they're thoughtful enough to take the time out of their day to stop and give her a call. So that's what I'm documenting, and my title is going to be Wishing You Were Here, because I know she always looks forward to the call, and I think it would be nice, I think it is, in the back of her mind, yeah, it would be nice if they were all together again. And it's been a number of years that they've all been together for a holiday. So I think that would be nice. And I think that's probably like something that probably goes through her mind once in a while. But anyway, so that is going to be my title. I am using the word wishing out of the Color Cast Designs Christmas release. And so it had stuff like wishing, devouring, I can't even remembering. I can't watching. So it was all the things like, what are you watching at the holidays? What are you wishing for at the holidays? What are you devouring during the holidays? Type of words. And so this is the one that just says wishing. And so I am using some thickers to add in the words you were here. And I'm bringing in gold for the word you, because I think that is kind of like a special word, specific to them. Not to them, but the emphasis is on the word you. And then we're here is a little bit smaller, and I don't really like it that it doesn't fit all the way across there, so I am going to stagger it, but that leaves like some trapped space between the word you and here. So I'm going to find something to tuck in there so that it doesn't have that little blank spot that is what I call trapped space. I also added a label up at the top here so I can add a little bit of journaling up top. And I'm going to add a couple of die cut poinsettias to the corner of the photo, the upper right hand corner there, just to bring in more of that shape. And I like the way that that's looking. It also brings in more of the color that is all the way down, up and down the left hand side of the page, brings it more over to the right hand side. So I'm liking how that's looking. If you noticed, I did take a chunk of the paper out of the corner in the upper left hand corner, and that is where I tucked in this red and white stripe, and I like how that looks. I like the kind of juxtaposition of the stripes on the diagonal with those florals up there. I think it looks kind of cool. I did ink everything up all the way around with some Black Soot Distress ink, and I like the way that that is looking also with the distress ink along that torn edge. It kind of brings some emphasis over there also. And now I'm just pulling out a couple little pieces that I can tuck in around the title. I pulled out a little poinsettia die cut, which is going to go above the word were. And then I have a chipboard heart in red that goes right above the word here. And I know that's a little bit difficult to see on camera. I do think I inked that up just a little bit with some black ink. Yep. And then I'm going to tuck it back in there so you can see it just a tad bit better because I've inked it. But and also in real life you can definitely see it because of the texture is different because it is chipboard. And then I have these faux buttons. I'm going to bring in some faux buttons. I don't use faux buttons very often, but I do really like the ones in this 49 and Market collection. So I'm going to bring in some Close to My Heart twine, and I'm using a little bit of glue on my fingers to roll around the edge of the twine, or the tip of the twine, so I can feed it through the buttons and not have to struggle with it because the twine does come unraveled rather easily. And if I had been thinking about it, I would have strung a bunch of them on there all at one time, because I have to go through that whole method of rolling my fingers over the edge of it with some glue the second time to do the second and third buttons. But for the second and third ones, I did think in advance, and I did two of them at the same time. So that did help. I did pop those buttons up onto some foam tape so they do have a little bit of dimension to them. And then there was a little tiny green one that already looked like it had some twine in it. So I tucked that in up in the upper left hand corner with the other two. And I'm going to add a little bit of gold Heidi Swap Color Shine and call it a day. That is it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas Eve. And I will not be on tomorrow, but I will be back again next week with another video for you. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me this year, you guys. I really do appreciate it, and it means the world to me. Don't forget to leave questions and comments down below. I will get back to you as quickly as I can. I'm a little bit behind with everything being the holiday season, but I do read them all, and I do appreciate them. Merry Christmas to you and yours, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.